Hello again. Denton here once more with another exciting, dramatic, gripping tale. Well, not a tale as such, a performance, actually. You see, many, many years ago, in the deep, dark recesses of the past, before my hair was the shade it is now, I was an actor. Yes, I trod the boards in all the theatres here in Dublin, the Abbey, the Peacock, the Ablana, the Gaiety, the Gate, the Olympia. I appeared in them all. Now, I never was in a movie, and I only ever made one television appearance, which was a very brief one on the Late Late Show. But it occurred to me, after all these years, it might be rather nice to give a performance, an international performance, via social media. In other words, here. Now, these days, the psychological aspect of characters is an integral and important part of all movies, TV shows, etc. The reasons why someone is the way they are, why they act the way they do, what happened in their past, etc. But if you go back years ago, you go back to the 19th century, your average melodrama, they didn't really care what motivated the characters. The good guy, well, he was good. He had the white suit. The bad guy, well, he was bad. He had a black suit and he twirled his mustache. Nobody really cared. There was no delving into the psychological reasons. Well, why was this man good and why was this one bad? Unless it was a very, very obvious reason, revenge for a murder or something, say, they didn't really care. I mean, psychology would have got in the way of a good story. But all that changed in 1871, when a new play in London changed theatre completely. It brought in, for the first time, the psychological drama, as we would know it today. Originally, it had been a play and an operetta that in France, the Juif Polonaise, and a man called Leopold Lewis rewrote it in an English version. The play had its premiere in November of 1871 at the Royal Lyceum Theatre in London. And not only did it change the course of drama, bringing in the psychological play, establishing past motives for characters, and later authors like Ibsen and Shaw, and that would go on to explore this kind of drama. But as well as altering the whole genre of theatre, it also brought an actor to prominence, an actor who would become the greatest stage actor of the English theatre. His name known to us today. See, this young actor, he had confidence in this play. He thought he could do something with the character of Matthias, the innkeeper and later burgomaster of a small town in the Alsace. And the theatre was in financial trouble at the time, and eventually they agreed to let him try it. He was reasonably well known, but he hadn't set the world on fire. But they let him do the play. The play was an incredible success. When the curtain came down on opening night, the audience sat, actually, stunned for a short time. They had never seen a play like this, and they had never seen an acting performance like this either. One woman actually fainted. Then there was tumultuous applause. The young actor became, well, he was shot to instant fame, and for nearly the next 4 decades, he would perform the bells hundreds of times. He became synonymous with it. You only had to say, the bells, and everybody knew who you were talking about. And that was Henry Irving. He was also the first actor ever to receive a knighthood. And as Sir Henry Irving, as I say, he became the greatest actor of the English stage. And we actually know what he sounded like. There is a primitive cylinder recorded in 1890 of Irving reciting the opening lines from Shakespeare's Richard III. Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by the son of York. So we have a pretty good idea of how he sounded. I used to imitate him actually at one time. So I am going to do the famous final scene, the dream scene from The Bells, the scene that really changed English theatre and rocketed Sir Henry Irving to immortality. To set the scene, Matthias is an innkeeper in 1818 in the Alsace region. He is destitute or about to be destitute. He has no money. His inn is going to be taken from him. If he doesn't have 2,000 francs in a few days' time, he's going to lose the inn. His wife has just had a baby. He and his young family will literally be thrown out into the winter snow. He is absolutely desperate. He is driven to despair. He doesn't know where to turn or what to do. Now, he's a decent man, but he is basically on the edge. He is about to completely break down with worry. This winter night, a Polish Jew, a merchant, stops by. There would have been quite a few sort of Polish merchants passing through there. This man has a girdle, and on the girdle is a bag full of gold. And Matthias, as I say, he's a very kind, decent man, but he's driven to despair. His wife, his child, and he's thinking, it's snowing. No one would trace footsteps in the snow. There's a lime kiln lit. You could get rid of a body in that. There's no one around. He's tempted. He doesn't want to do this. It's horrible. He argues with himself, but no, eventually he snaps. He succumbs to temptation. The Jew goes on his way. Matthias grabs an axe. He runs across the fields through the snow, and he waits for the Jew at a bridge. He becomes wealthy. He eventually becomes the burgomaster, but he is haunted by the memory of what he did. He can't forget this. And any mention of what has become known as the Polish Jews' winter, any mention of this crime, he starts to hear bells, sleigh bells, because the Jew's horse carried sleigh bells. And he cannot get out of his mind the sound of those bells getting louder and louder as he waited with his axe. This is driving him to despair. But his daughter Annette has just become married to a young man called Christian, who is the new quartermaster of the gendarmerie. So that does make Matthias feel a little better. But one thing that has really been haunting him, he saw a mesmerist, or a hypnotist, as we would say, giving a performance. And the mesmerist could make people tell him all their secrets. And Matthias, what if he were ever mesmerized? He would tell all. Everything would be ruined. But, he kind of weighs all this up. Well, he's going to be the father-in-law of the police chief. That helps. And it was a long time ago, and he's haunted by what he did. But, he gave in to temptation. What could he do? Eventually, he decides, right, his conscience is at rest. He won't hear the sound of bells anymore. Everything's going to be fine. The last scene of the play takes place in the burgomaster's bedroom, just after the wedding ceremony of Annette and Christian. And Matthias goes into the little alcove at the side where he sleeps, pulls the curtain, reaches out, turns off the lamp. The stage goes dark. The backdrop goes up. Spotlights come on. It's a courtroom. He's dreaming that he's on trial for the murder. And I think you can guess who probably turns up during the trial. The trial ends. The lights go out, come back up again a moment later. People are banging on the door, knocking. They're trying to wake the burgomaster. They can't seem to get him awake, and they're banging on the door. Eventually, they break down the door. They come in. Matthias is still dreaming. But anyway, we shall come to that. So I'm going to now do the final famous dream scene from The Bells, as performed by Sir Henry Irving. And I actually have Irving's acting copy of The Bells with his own moves and various stage directions and alterations to lines. So that is actually his own acting copy. So here we go with that. Now I will cover the camera because I think it's better if you imagine the courtroom, the president there in a scarlet robe and a big black hat and all the other people in black. If you imagine them in your mind's eye, rather than seeing me sitting here spouting lines. So I shall cover the camera and away we shall go with the dream scene from The Bells as performed by Sir Henry Irving. Therefore, the prisoner, Matthias, is accused of having, on the night of the 24th of December, 1818, between midnight and 1 o'clock, assassinated the Jew Koweski upon the bridge of Lyceum to rob him of his gold. Prisoner, you have heard the act of accusation read. You have already heard the depositions of the witnesses. What have you to say in answer? Witnesses? Do you call such people witnesses? People who heard nothing? People who live miles from the place where the crime was committed? At night and in the winter time? You call such people witnesses? Answer with calmness. This violence will avail you nothing. You are a man full of cunning. No, I am a man of simplicity. You knew well the time to select. You knew well how to evade all suspicion. You knew well how to destroy all direct evidence. You are a dangerous man. Because nothing can be proved against me, I am dangerous. Therefore, every honest man then is dangerous when nothing can be proved against him. A rare encouragement for honesty. The public voice accuses you. Answer me this. How is it that you hear the sound of bells? I do not hear the sound of bells. You speak falsely. At this moment you hear that sound. Tell us, why is this? There's nothing. Tis but a jangling in my ears. Unless you acknowledge the true cause of this sound you hear, to explain the matter to us, we shall summon the mesmerist. It's true. It is true, then, that I hear the sound. Write that down. Yes, but I hear it in a dream. Ah, write that he hears it in a dream. Is it a crime to dream? Listen, friends, do not fear for me. All this is but a dream. If it were not a dream, should I be clothed in these rags? Should I have before me such judges as these? Judges who, acting upon their own empty ideas, would hang a fellow creature. It is a dream. A dream. Silence, prisoner. Gentlemen, the Jew's horse carried bells, and this sound arises in the prisoner's mind from a remembrance. It's false. The remembrance of what is past. The memory of what he would conceal from us. It is false. I have no memories. Be silent. I'll not be silent. I'll not be silent. A man cannot be condemned upon such suppositions. You must have proofs. You must have proofs. You are looking upon the cloak and the cap of the murdered man. What have you to say? I do not hear the sound of bells. Ah, you see, gentlemen, the prisoner contradicts himself. He has already made the avowal. Now he retracts it. No, I hear nothing. I hear nothing. It is the blood rushing to my brain, this jangling in my ears. I ask for Christian. Why is not Christian here? He will prove that I am an honest man. Do you persist in your denial? I do. Nothing can be proved against me. It is a gross injustice to keep an honest man in prison. I suffer in the cause of justice. You persist. I do. Well, considering that since this murder took place 15 years have passed, and that it would be impossible to throw light upon the circumstances by ordinary means, first through the cunning and audacity of the prisoner, and secondly through the death of witnesses who might have given evidence, we therefore decree that the court hear the mesmerist. I oppose it. Summon the mesmerist. I oppose it. Summon the mesmerist. Dreams prove nothing. Summon the mesmerist. It is in defiance of all justice. If you are innocent, why should you fear the mesmerist? Because he can read the inmost secrets of your heart? Be calm, or believe me, your own indiscretion will prove that you are guilty. I demand an advocate. I wish to instruct the advocate, Linden or Seville, in a case like this. I do not care for cost. I am calm as any man who has no reproach against himself. I fear nothing, but dreams are dreams. Dreams are dreams. I ask for Christian. Why is Christian not here? My honour is his honour. Let him be sent for. He will prove that I am an honest man. Christian! Christian, I have made you rich. Come, come and defend me. The mesmerist. President and judges of the court, it is your decree that has brought me before your tribunal. Without such direction, terror alone would have kept me far from here. Who can believe in the follies of the mesmerist? They only deceive people for the purpose of gaining money. They merely perform the tricks of conjurers. I have seen this fellow. I have seen this fellow already at my cousin's at the fair at Riberville. Can you send this man to sleep? I can. You cannot. You cannot. I will not be made the subject of this impostor's experiment. I command it. Christian! Where is Christian? Why is not Christian here? He will prove that I am an honest man. Your resistance betrays you. I have no fear. I have no fear. Courage, Matthews, courage. If you sleep, you are lost. Courage, courage. No, no, I will not. I will not. I will not. No, no, no. He sleeps. What shall I ask him? Ask him what he did on the night of the 24th of December, 15 years ago. You are at the night of the 24th of December, 1818? Yes. What time is it? 11:30. Speak on, I command you. The people are leaving the inn. Catherine and little Annette have gone to rest. Our man Caspar comes in. He tells me that the lime kiln is lighted. I answer him, it is well, go to bed, I will see to the kiln. He leaves me. I am alone with the Jew, who warms himself at the stove. Outside, everything sleeps. Nothing is heard except from time to time the Jew's horse under the shed when he shakes his bells. Of what are you thinking? I am thinking I must have money. I must have money, that if I have not 2,000 francs by the 31st, the inn I hold will be taken from me. I am thinking that no one is stirring, that it is night, that there are 2 feet of snow upon the ground, and that the Jew must follow the high road, quite alone. Have you already decided to attack him? That man is strong. He has broad shoulders. No. I am thinking he would defend himself well should anyone attack him. What ails you? He looks at me. He has grey eyes. You are decided? Yes, I'll do it. I will risk it. Go on. I must look around, though. I go out. All is silent. Still it snows. The snow still falls. All is dark. No one will trace my footsteps in the snow. What are you doing? I am feeling in the sleigh. Should he carry pistols? There is nothing. I will do it. I will do it. All is silent in the village. Our little Annette is crying. A goat bleats in the stable. The Jew is walking in his room. You re-enter? Yes, yes. He has placed 6 francs upon the table. I return him his change. He fixes his eyes steadily upon me. He speaks to you? Yes. He asks me how far it is to Mutzig. 4 leagues. I wish him well on his journey. He answers, God bless you. He goes out. He goes out. He has gone. The axe. Where is the axe? Ah, here it is, behind the door. How cold it is. The snow falls. Not a star. Courage, Matthews, you shall possess the girdle. Courage. You follow him? Yes. I have crossed the fields. Here's the bridge, and there below the frozen rivulet. How the dogs howl at Daniel's farm. How they howl! And old Francis Forge, how brightly it glows upon the hillock. Kill a man. Kill a man. You will not do that, Matthew. You will not do that. Heaven forbids it. You're a fool. Listen, you will be rich. Your wife and child will no longer want for anything. You will pay all you owe. You will be in debt no more. Your wife and child. It must be that I kill him. No one on the road. Oh, our dreadful silence. Oh, your heart, Matthews, your heart. You have run too fast across the fields. How your heart beats. How it beats. The moon shines out. The clock strikes. 1. The Jew has passed. He's passed! Thank God. No. The bells. He comes. You will be rich. He's dead. The horses fled to the sleigh. Quick, the girdle. It is full of gold, quite full. Quick, carry him away. Where are you going? To the lime kiln. I am there. How heavy it was. Go into the fire, Jew. Go into the fire. Look. Oh, those eyes. How they glare at me, those eyes. It is well. Have you written all? All. Awake him now, and let him read himself. Awake, I command you. What is the matter? Where am I? Yes. What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? Here is your deposition. Read it. Fool, you have told all you are lost. You have heard and seen, gentlemen. He has condemned himself. It is false! You are a set of rogues. It is false. Christian, where is Christian? They will not let my only witness speak. Christian, they would kill the father of your wife. Help me, Christian. Help me. Prisoner, you force me to speak of an event concerning which I had wished to remain silent. Your son-in-law, Christian, upon hearing of the crime with which you are charged, by his own hand sought his death. He is no more. Considering that on the night of the 24th of December, 1818, Matthias committed the crime of assassination upon the person of one Koweski, a Polish Jew, we therefore decree that the said Matthias be hanged by the neck until he is dead. Matthias! Matthias! Matthias, wake up! Burgomaster! Burgomaster! Matthias! What could be wrong? He doesn't know. We're going to have to break in the door. Stand back. Hold on. Matthias! Matthias, what on earth is the matter? Stand back. Do not come near. Stand back. What has happened? Christian, speak. What has happened? Don't come near. Don't come near. The rope. The rope. Take the rope from my neck. Take the rope from my neck. He's dead. And there we are. Matthias, still dreaming, thinking that he is being hung, but there is a rope around his neck, has rushed out and died of a heart attack. The curtain comes down. The audience sits there, stunned. The psychology of this play and the actor's performance. Then tumultuous applause breaks out, and I will, of course, now accept the curtain call on behalf of the entire cast, who were all me, of course. So thank you very much, my public. Thank you. I do hope nobody fainted watching that. So that is the famous dream scene from The Bells, the play that changed the whole course of English theatre and shot Sir Henry Irving to prominence. And we still remember him as the greatest English stage actor. I hope you enjoyed that little performance. And until next time, I shall say adieu. Goodbye for now.